Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another turn resolution. This is War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition. I'm Friedrich with Allies. Now, this turn it might be kind of crazy. Well, first of all, that's pretty crazy. Our torpedoes are actually blowing up. We're we're below the depth charge. Okay. So, yeah, maybe we'll sink this guy. See? Not necessarily, but we'll find out. I've got a crazy potential naval attack in the Central Pacific at the Gilberts. If his carriers come too close to Tabataoa, I'm sending out some Dauntlesses to bomb with escorts, and not sure how that's going to play out, but we shall see. We shall see. We shoot down an 8, and so keep your eye out for that potential anyway. This is moderate rain here at Mole Mine. Still shooting down these nades, and he's trying to chase down, or he's trying to damage Sion. This is not getting a lot of returns on these bombing runs. Okay, that's that. I mean, ooh, what is this? Oh, this is an E-boat. That's, I don't know what these are good for because I don't have any. Is that like a PT boat? Yeah, we sink it. Oh, so I guess we can hit theirs too. So, you know, I should let that whole ASW kills go because I'm doing the same thing as he is. All right, check this out. He's bringing heavy cruisers, finally getting into our troops, beating up the base heavily. Sure, bring it. I still don't know. I'm still concerned about my mines. I guess this will not have any, right? Now, he's going to give me another base to bomb with our B-17s. Knock out that oil, too. I, like I said before, I just assume when he um, fires a torpedo that he's going to hit. And it takes both of those torpedoes, by the way. All right. Yeah. This siege might go on the rest of the war. We'll see. I mean, if we last that long. All right. Hitting these guys in the mountain. Now, I don't expect to do much. I mean, this is a little bit. It's not bad, actually. especially with thunderstorms. The idea is I'm bringing troops eventually, not yet, but I'm bringing troops eventually that will be earmarked for Buna, and I plan to march east and then northeast. We'll hit these guys on our way to hitting these guys. All right, so yeah, like I was talking about, we're hitting Morocco now, since Horn Island is pretty clear. Yeah, we gotta keep Buna suppressed. 30 B-17s. Actually, probably by the time I get into that mountain hex, he'll be probably in Buna. So I have zero expectation to confront these guys here. But hey, if I soften them up now, and by the time we get into Buna, we'll be bombing that hex. I hope so, anyway. Um, yeah, we'll see if his carriers push a bit closer to Tabatawa. I haven't seen anything happen yet, and it looks like he's going to bomb our troops right here again. I'm looking for something to happen. What's going on over here in the Gilberts, but we're not. It's not showing us anything over there. Bouncing over to the east briefly and bouncing back, so I'm not sure what we're looking at. It feels glitchy. And here again, our flak is doing basically nothing. Okay, see, got to keep our eye over here, but it looks like he's not doing anything. Our ships have escaped danger, I think. Now, he's playing it smart. Well, I'm going to call it smart. He didn't. What he's doing is he's staying outside of Allied air power range. So he did hit Tarawa and some ships there, but he's not. What I've noticed about his strategy with his carriers, he does not push very deep into Allied air power range. And that's what he's doing there in the Gilberts. He's staying away from our main base at Tabatawa. He probably understands we have some aircraft there and doesn't want to take any chances. When his carriers leave, which who knows, that might be pretty quick, we can try to get things back underway. Unloadings and things. Wow. That's a shocker. And that's a shocker. This is again a scenario where I just expect to get destroyed every time he fires a torpedo. Here again, I'm surprised he didn't knock out the Hollyhock. What is the deal? These British corvettes are supposed to be like overpowered against subs. I haven't. There's a die roll component to this game, and I promise you, there are Allied players who have a lot more success with the Royal Navy. Turn one, both what are they? Repulse and Prince of Wales are. It's like since then the Royal Navy has, I think, again, okay, role play wise, they've underperformed, but I would say game mechanics wise, it's just been terrible roles. Because there have been a couple of occasions they've performed well, I will say that, but overall, the Royal Navy has just kind of been lackluster. All right, here's another assault where we're buffed times three, which is expected in times three terrain. He's knocked down, and it becomes a 1-2. We lose less than him, but he, of course, can handle the losses better. Well, supposedly, he does have to get these supplies up into here, although I'm sure he has plenty, to get these disabled regrouped. Um, so yeah, this is not ideal in the long run, but hey, we held, and as long as he keeps attacking us here, and we keep holding, it gives us a chance to build up Tong Yi even more. And I assume that this bombardment daily is burning supplies that he has to get up this road. And anyway, so overall, we're trying to burn up his supplies in the on the front. And if you notice, he hasn't been bombarding yet Rangoon, but that could be because he doesn't want to expose how weak he is there. Speaking of which, I should bombard him there and get a feel for what he has. But look at that. We have Tarawa's airfield size 1, so I can put fighters there now. Although I kind of need aviation support. I think I have a little bit there right now. Okay, there hasn't been any amazing activity anywhere, so I'm gonna just kind of skip. The ship losses too aren't even worth looking at. Let's just skip and move on to the next day.
Hey, November 23rd, 1942. Babo is occupied by the Japanese without a fight, although there's nothing there, but I mean, it's probably a small unit. In any case, I certainly won't know what he has there because of his capturing it without help. Now, this is, okay, so I-25 is hitting our AKLs coming out of Calcutta. I thought, I might be mistaken. Maybe I assumed, which is a bad word, maybe I assumed we would be, with having some ASWSs patrolling here, we could slink out of here and get up here with these AKLs. In any case, we obviously don't have anything pursuing the I-25 in that hex. And the St. Quentin sinks with one torpedo. All right, and here this is loud for me anyway. Here he has a lot of, it looks like he's flying Nicks for a change. Usually it's Oscars and Nades. And so he's capping Moonline with some Nick and Nade. Move in. See if we can get some lucky hits. We do shoot down a Nate in with our defensive guns, and we hit the runway. Oh man, a bunch of bombers pulled out of there. All right, let's see how many Wellingtons we can get in and hit those things. Um, well, it goes from 12 to 7, but I think it's because 5 just bug out. Now, his Nicks apparently are hitting us more than his nades by themselves ever did. With the damages, I should say. Yeah, this. So first of all, I'm not sure. I guess, I guess the I-25. Okay, this is still the night phase, right? And so instead of just continuing on and getting out of there, the phase is over as far as movement. We're parked here, letting him have another chance at us. That's the only thing I can think of. So we do lose another AKL. And this is my tanker. It's a small Dutch tanker, I think, that I was sending up to Port Moresby. And here again, I have ASWS that's patrolling here that I was hoping would um, protect these things. It's kind of a waste of a tanker. Now these things are that was small, not worth a lot of points. Not trying to be flippant, but it's sinking. There's nothing else I can do about it at this moment. We got a light cruiser. Well, actually, this is his whole bombardment task force. Here's another situation, frustrating situation with the mines, but I probably complain way more than I need to. Um, it's just ignorance as far as how mines work. Pile them up and I guess roll the dice. Hope you get a lucky hit. And here the Sea Raven gets a dud, fires a dud. The Lion misses. So obviously his subs have been a lot better than ours so far. Hmm. All right, so our poor troops up here on the road to Tongyi, these guys are heroes because these two brigades are heroes because he I'm sure. I mean, if it weren't for these guys, he would have gotten into Tong Yi, but they've slowed him down enough. Now we have defenses here to hold this. He would have to cross this way, which would leave him vulnerable to counterattack and also getting out of supply. But I'm wondering if he might want to, if he's trying to get past up here and then down here, which would trap these Chinese troops. But if he, trying to think, if he crossed, if he had the arrow pointing, I would probably pull back. Anyway, I'm starting to evaluate things a little prematurely, but well, I am tempted to send reinforcements down that road and make it that much more difficult for him. Yeah, here we're just trying to beat up some more Japanese troops out in these bases close to Australia. I am I'm working on getting something to horn, but it's not pardon me, it's not real urgent. sending some B-25s to damage these troops. Yeah, the thunderstorms aren't helping, but he's also in good terrain. All right. Um, Now we're in the afternoon. All right, apparently think we discovered something strong. Still don't know where Kido Butai snuck off to. Quick raid at Tarawa and then gone. It was a little bit strange. By the way, I don't know if I pointed out there's a lot of CSs in attached. Now that's what our spotters or our naval patrol. Ooh, we do get one. Okay, and we're attacking on the surface. Okay. Okay, we get a second torpedo in. Critical damage. Three shell hits, and these were, I think, all three were the 3-inch gun. It should sink. Yep, that's just from the looks of it, that looks like a pretty sizable ship. Um, this is what I was talking about. I guess I thought these guys would pin the submarine down and allow my tanker to get in there, but they didn't. They weren't able to do that. Yeah, Bima's. So Bima didn't give up, but without a fight, as it were, like Babo just capitulated. So these are tank regiments. Seems like although he doesn't have a lot of vehicles in them. I don't know. I honestly don't know how these look on his side. All right, so that ends that. Some expansions here. All right, we can see here some things that I thought were interesting, mildly interesting anyway. Um, yeah, I mean, have a look for yourself. I just like when these upgrades and stuff hit because we're we're getting better stuff in the front areas where we need them. So this is kind of good. I'm just guessing that a lot of it's related to Well, I'm hoping a lot of it's related to bigger, better anti-aircraft guns and really discourage him from bombing there. Although I don't think he's going to come anytime soon. He probably sees we have a lot of fighters there and he just doesn't want to test the waters. Um, so yeah. Now we'll take a look at losses here. We each lost literally 4 apiece and one air to air and 3 ops. Um, can look at it like this: a Nate in air to air shot down by bombers, and then these 3 aircraft, one each. For us, it was one each, and we lost a Blenheim. Now I think the Blenheim made it through the mission, but maybe got shot up on its way back to base, something like that. But in any case, actually looking at this, 149 Blenheims, that's crazy. I just mean, it just doesn't seem like I even um, remember replacing that many of them, but I guess so. In fact, that's the third most losses in the campaign. I do run these guys through the ringer, as you can see with the 49 ops losses, which we've lost more of other things. They come in for ops losses. They actually come in number 5. But certainly the P40Es have been my workhorse in a lot of theaters, but as well the P39s. And I think the P39s have been as successful, if not more so, in air to air combat. So where we've lost 78 and the P40Es, which I know we've lost some Bs also um, somewhere, we yeah, I don't know why I'm not seeing them. Anyway, um, I think we've lost. I think these guys have shot down more than the Warhawks, but I could be wrong. B-17Es have come in fourth. If we look at Japanese total, look at this. These numbers are just crazy high. Um, I can't believe we've still shot down 1,200 zeros and only 540 nates. And maybe that's why he's using nates, because we've shot down so many zeros, he has to have nates in the front lines. And Tojo's 433, that's crazy also. In fact, that's more than P40s, and P40s have been in the war the whole time. So, this shows me that, I'm kind of ashamed of myself for being upset by my air-to-air results or my fighters, when we've shot down 224 Tojos, for example, and almost as many as P40s. But you can see one of his things is with the Tojos is he's losing a lot on the ground and to ops because of our bombing missions and his long range cap. Anyway, moving on from that, if we look at the pilots, we've actually, with our losses, we've still only lost 0 pilots. And of course, we know what we lost a couple of AKLs in this small tanker, which again, I'm not real happy about. It's small, but hey, it's something. And this Tuyama Maru we were able to nab. And this actually has pretty good endurance and it can carry a good little bit. So that's a nice haul or nice take. Okay, I will say, full disclosure, I've I've basically done the turn and sent it to my opponent. So I can just kind of recap some of the things. We're obviously not being aggressive in this area, this theater, because I still don't know where KB is. With all my all my search arcs. I mean, technically he could have snuck through here, but you would think if he did, these guys would have been wrecked by now. Um, I'm doing something that is probably not advisable, and I'm turning around and going back. it's been 2 days fleeing now, and so I think one day turning around shouldn't do too much to me. Um, and hopefully we can find him soon enough, or he's just gone. Kind of a hit and run. I think he's precarious. He, pardon me, he has no sight on Tabataea, but he sees we have air capacity 6. I'm sure he knows that. So he's probably thinking, I don't want to get too close to Tabataea, so let's just come in here, hit what we can, and leave, which he did successfully. But he doesn't know what we have here. He has no recon on the base, and he doesn't want to take a chance that we'll hit his KB. Plus, who knows where my carriers are, right? He doesn't. Um, but we don't know where his are. I'm just saying, I think he's gone. I think we can resume operations, building this up. These three bases, although Tabataea is more established and ready to, be used to launch, um, and so I have some more things to drop off at these two bases, and then I'm ready to pull the trigger on Macon, but it's gonna be maybe a week. So in other words, in early December, I might launch it. Um, and then moving west here at in the South Pacific, it's I guess this is Southwest, South, and Central, something like that, right? Anyway, so in the South Pacific, we are literally days away from launching to the Tulagi invasion. One of the holdups is I've got battleships forming, battleship bombardment groups forming here at Brisbane, and that is very close to being ready, like basically one turn away. And we'll probably bring them to Luganville, and then from Luganville, start heading up. In fact, maybe I'll just send them straight up. I don't know yet. I hadn't fully determined the specifics yet, but I am already loading my amphibious troops because as soon as they're full and the battleships are on their way, we will start coming up here. Now, which reminds me, we're the ones that have mined this. I was hoping to maybe hit this sub parked here. We dropped 20 mines here, but I don't know how many are still there. And then, let's see. Well, anyway, I do need to get some DMSs also, which I don't think I have, or AMs, I guess would work to make sure that we don't run into any mines. Um, we have one parked here. Yeah, we have these four DMSs. That's right. We have these YMSs too. That I've already accumulated them and they're ready here to go up and check this place out. And just to and also could clear out that sub. But anyway, that's like I said, 1 or 2, 3 days away, I think. And as soon as we take Tulagi, literally, I'll immediately drop guys at Lunga because the whole thing is this will become our new forward air base where we'll fly cap in this area and um, allow us to protect our naval assets better. But another thing I'm concerned about is again, where's KB? You can see our search goes way up here. That doesn't mean we're 100% accurate way out to the ends here, but if he comes, he just came from somewhere up here, and I don't know if he's going this way. Is he parked at Rabal, that kind of thing. Um, because as soon as we invade here, we're going to have to drop troops quickly, and try to not stick around for too long. I am starting to ground bomb with some B-26s, and then I'll probably in another few days. And again, this is times three terrain. In a couple of days, I'll probably have to start transition my heavies to hit the ground targets as well. I've got some ground troops scheduled for Buna. I've switched some targets here with some of these guys, as well as we've got elements of the 8th Australian Division that are here ready to go. And the 1st Australian Corps will go with them, cross over here and take Buna. Um, and then with these two bases secure, I mean, Milne Bay will be just, it could just be left here on the vine. These bases here will be a lot more challenging to take, although we could march up here and slowly take them, but it's harder to supply like this. So probably ideally we take this, get air supremacy in this area, and then bring transports around and knock them out. Because if we can take these bouncing one base to another, and then taking them and setting up some air defenses as we go, we should be able to take that. Now that's way long term. Let's just focus on Buna for now. But we have some more troops. We've got this task force coming back here so that we can pick up more troops that are targeted toward Buna. We still have some guys here that are targeting Port Moresby, but can we take this already? The second? Yeah. I'm gonna take, pardon me. I'm gonna take this as soon as I can because I don't know. I need to probably do more. Well, this won't help. I've already turned in the turn, but I need to do maybe more reading because this is only assumption is that with an air HQ here, this minimal 6 of 6 might jump up, but I don't know if that's just my hope or if that's true. Anyway, but yeah, take a look here. Let me just show you. 1323 assault value. So that's not going to be lost anytime soon. I'm leaving for now anyway, the 27th Infantry Division. It's possible I'll use it in future operations, but these guys will just hold. I don't think he's going to be coming with some invasion force, but certainly it would be hard to drive that division, um, to knock that division out of that hex. Plus, whatever support units are still there as well. Okay, Burma. This is the thing that's challenging the most for me. Because I just only have so many resources that I can use. And speaking of resources, I only have so many supplies that I can get across into these terrible terrain and through this terrible terrain. But I'm constantly reinforcing as quickly as I can, and I've got a division here that I'm buying out slowly, and I've got elements trickling down because I want them to kind of come from the north and either come into Tungu or down this road. But really, because these two are kind of at a stalemate, I think ideally I just keep feeding down here and then eventually cut across. So probably that's where this division will come, is down here and across. As far as this road here, I think I could just move, like say, see this has AT guns. which I need because he has tanks there. I don't know, do the Chindits? I mean, they do have these mountain guns, but they're not AT specialists. Um, so what I may do is, for now anyway, keep the Chindits here. Well, I just I want to keep this roadblock here, but I don't want to burn up like a bunch of AV just parked here. And so, anyway, we do have another division coming because the goal is once I get two divisions plus some tank brigades, we can cross here and put him in a disadvantageous position. He'll have to withdraw all these divisions and stuff that he has up here. Because look, these look small. But I don't. I mean, look at that, 3,400 troops. I mean, I could go in with these these two units right now. Man, what am I doing? All right. So I've been reconning this on purpose, and now that I know what's there, shoot, I'm going all in. Now, here's the thing, though. Once I do, I have to have air cover because he will bomb this to smithereens. Look at that clear. Now we can bomb him likewise, but in okay, he's got better position. He's got a better position fighter wise than we do because he only has three hexes to fly cover. We have to fly from way up here at Mandalay and Tong Yi, which is a lot further away. Five, Mandalay is six. I don't have this built up yet. It's not we're not holding a lot of troops. I mean air units here. So and Prome is still level size 1 air capacity. So I really need to get this built up quickly, and I don't have enough engineers. So what that means to me is when I come in here and he starts bombing me to a pulp, basically, I've got to be able to come in here and hit this unit hard and fast before he bombs me to be incapacitated. So what I would do probably is start moving, and as soon as we get into this hex, fly cap, long range cap with everything I have, or everything that can get there. And then, by the way, having long range cap will allow me to bring in bombers, and the long range cap should engage enemy fighters. I think that's what I've seen so far. Is that's what works. It's kind of like an ever-present escort. Anyway, because I can guarantee you, as soon as I enter this hex, he's going to send every bomber he has there. As it is, he's bombing this now, but he'll just say, okay, this is a better target for now, and he'll switch. So once that happens, now what I can do too is um, bring bring an anti-air unit as well with me. This guy will take a long time to get up here. One, two, three, four, five, six. We're looking at like, I don't know, a month. That's a long time. So what I'll probably do is grab this AA. That's what I need to do. Grab this A, drive it up here. As soon as it gets here, everybody moves across. And even if our cap fails us, we can our flak should help. Yeah. All right. So that's going to be the next move is to get in here and drive these guys out of here. That will cut off all this supply up here. He may be getting some trickling across the mountains here, but that's going to be his units will be hard pressed once we get in and take this. And then look at this. Oh, no, he probably has a decent tank unit here. But as soon as this second division gets in, we can go into Pegu itself, and then everything up here will be cut off. He'll certainly, probably by being here only, he'll withdraw these guys to here. Is just a guess. All right, I'm certainly rambling a lot, but we do have tanks coming. Well, they're not way back there. These two tank units, they're almost 200 AV total, and they'll move a bit faster than our infantry will, but certainly still take about 2 days per hex. That'll still take about half a month, and I just don't want to sit here for half a month waiting for those tanks. Should I? Maybe, because this may oh, we have 12 AT guns here and 15 plus we get more. I don't how many should we be getting? 16 total. So it's not a lot. Um I don't know how much these AA guns do when you're fighting tanks, if anything. Um but Yeah, it is what it is. And by the way, I haven't pulled the trigger on this. I'm just saying these are things that I'm certainly interested in using that tactic to cross here and punch this guy out. We could do a shock attack. We could bomb him ourselves, like I was saying. You can't night bomb troops, but we could just fly everything in and um, tear up whatever cap he does have here. I could even do that before our troops get here. See if we can, because this is clear, like I'm saying, but I don't want to. I don't want to telegraph anything, and then we get in, and then he starts bringing more troops from here or something. I'd rather avoid that. But all right, I've rambled away plenty. I'm just gonna wrap it up here and now, and we'll say China is kind of nothing to talk about. When there is something to talk about, trust me, I'll mention it. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time when we come back to talk about November 24. And until then, take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.